tour is about to start.
Oh, quick, click the set!
We are going behind the scenes.
On air in 10 seconds.
Coming to cameras in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, see, hi, indeed. Partners, and welcome to another fantastic edition of the Telegantic Megavision show.
And let's have one big yeehaw for the last time.
Yes,
I'm Emily.
and I'm Dave Chapman.
And amongst all this madness, we have got a cracking show lined up for you today. We are going to be going out of this world with Gareth Jones.
Yes, yeehaw! And also, recognise this face? Yes, of course you do. Well, we'll be talking to them a little later on as well.
We're going to be sharing some whirlwind adventures with that little devil, Taz.
And yes, you've guessed it, we're hooking up with one of our favourite Cliff Richard looky-likeys, Nick Ayling, down at the Slops Diner.
And we're also going to try and find out why everyone's having such a bad hair day today.
What's going on? Look at Keith. Look at this. Keith, get the hair. Look at that. Coming in. But first, before all that mayhem, we're going to be visiting our old friend Taz down in Tasmania. Yeah! I indeed. And part 2 of Tasmania's a little later on. Gareth Jones, what are you...
Hey, Dave.
Sampling our special. Oh. What have you got there?
I've got, well, I'm told this is spinach and sprout coffee.
Doesn't that look nice? Give it a quick taste
Lovely,
for us,
refreshing.
Gareth. It's our favourite around the studios.
Goes down well.
I think he's fibbing. We'll see you later on, Gareth. Does anyone know where Emily's gone? Makeup. Gone to makeup, right. I'm just going to go down to makeup because apparently she's trying a new image. Is Emily in here? So she should be in here. Skiving, no doubt. Oh, my goodness, look at that hair.
Beautiful wig world.
Get out of here. Well, this is Richard Morby's from Wig Specialities. They supply wigs to the film and telly trade. Hi, Richard. Hi. And what sort of wig is this you've got on Emma here?
Well, this is originally in the film of Amadeus, and it's an 18th century powdered wig.
Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. And what's it like to wear him?
Oh, it's great. It feels really light, but I'm sure I look like a poodle.
No, you don't like a poodle. You look like $1 million. So how exactly do you make wigs, Richard?
All made by hand. Put in with a knotting hook, like this, into a light sort of plastic base, really.
Right, so every single bit is put in by hand.
Real hair for something like this, or yak hair for something... Yak for something bigger, more extravagant.
Well, how do the yaks feel about this? Lots of naked yaks on it.
How long does it take you to do a wig like that?
About 5 working days, I suppose.
5 days?
Yes, because they're all by hand, you see, it's why they're so expensive.
Tell us about some of the famous people's wigs you've worked on.
Well, this is a bust, of course, of Jack Nicholson, and we did and the green hair for his hair in Batman. Yeah, that's right. And these are from Starlight Express, which we're redoing at the moment. They're all made in the yak hair. That's how you can get those colours.
That looks great, that big
So
one.
what's the strangest one you've ever worked on?
I think we made one of those period restoration wigs right down to the knee in pink hair for Elton John for a party.
Elton John. Now, there's a man who likes some extravagant hair. And there's somebody who's just snuck in, I noticed. Gareth Jones. Just Saturday. And, Gareth, you thought you'd get away scot-free, but oh, no. We know you've had some very strange hair in your time, hasn't he, chaps?
Yes. Still got strange hair right now, yeah.
Yeah, so, Richard, I hope you don't mind if we just give you a few shots of Gareth's various hair guises over the years. Whether you can tell us whether or not his hair is wig or weird. Weird? OK, let's have a look. Let's look at shot 1. There it is. Oh, hey, look at that. Looking good.
That's a wig.
That's a wig. It's got to be a wig. What do you say?
Yes.
It was absolutely real and really very weird.
It's very weird. You're like Robin of Sherwood. Right, let's look at the second one. Let's look at shot 2. Well, hey! Now, what about that one?
Would anyone really pay money for that? I think it's weird.
It's weird. What is
weird.
What do you reckon, Gareth?
Actually, that's Neil Buchanan's hair on my face.
Really?
That was a wig. I didn't wear that.
OK. Now, let's look at shot 3, then. Oh, hello. Good sparrow, Duran. What do you reckon?
Oh, I think it's weird too.
Just weird.
Yeah.
Gareth?
It's a wig! But despite the fact that it looks like it could be Larry Mullen from U2's hair...
It does, yes.
It was actually my hair.
It was your hair. OK, we've got one last shot of you. Let's have a look at the last shot of Gareth here. Well, hey! Now, that one's just silly, isn't it?
Oh, not one of my best.
No. And what do you reckon? It has to be a wig, doesn't it? I think it's a wig. Dodgy photo, John. Gareth, what do you say?
Actually, that is real hair. I was skydiving.
No. You're just telling porkies now, aren't you?
It's a wig!
Gareth, I have to tell you, I've got this special award for you. There you go. It's the Bad Hair Day every day of the year.
Thank you very much
Just for you,
indeed.
Gareth.
Actually, I'd quite like to wear that.
And thank you very much, Richard, for bringing in your fantastic wigs. It's brilliant to see them.
Pleasure.
It is.
Thanks a lot. Now we have to to warn you that Gareth is definitely weird, so don't try any of these styles at home.
No.
Now, still to come on today's show, we've got more of Gareth who's going to be taking us out of this world. We're also going to be having an interview with a difference with today's superstar. And we're going to be tantalising your taste buds over at Slop's Diner.
That's right, hula hula, baby. Hey, don't laugh at me, it looks quite cool, actually. So, there'll be more cartoons and everything after the break, so don't go away. Welcome back. Right, just quiet, please. Pray silence, please, for the most There's always one. Pray silence, please, for the most serious and important and influential consumer test on television. It's time to check it out. Yes, indeed. And this week we're looking at tea. Now, we're not going to test tea in a sort of a polite and nice, tasteful manner. We're going to have to slurp and spit. What are we going to do? Slurp and spit. Right, Odin, here we go. Number one, Brazilian bitter lemon tea. It's one of our cowboys here. And we go, spit away.
Shoot the cook.
Shoot the cook. That must be a really bad one, that one. OK, moving on quickly to taste the Tandoor tea. How'd you find that,
Tandoor tea.
Come on, let's go. Slurp and spit, slurp and spit. Spit. Oh, grim. How do you find it, sir?
It's a spicy little number, and it's an improvement over the coffee earlier on.
Wow. He could do commercials, couldn't he? OK, moving on to aromatic African vending machine tea. How do you find this, James? One of our strange extras here today. Spit, slurp and spit. How do you find that, sir?
Tasty.
Tasty? Oh, well, there we are, OK. And then moving on to stewed Sri Lankan nettle tea.
Did they have to leave the nettles in?
Yes, they've left the nettles in them. How do you find it? Spit, slurp.
Vinegar, stewed vinegar.
Stewed vinegar. Oh, that gets a big thumbs down. Well, I think, actually, our winner was African vending machine tea, which is right here from James. So that's our winner. So all I can say is I advise you to check it out.
Gareth, come for a little walk with me.
With you anywhere.
Now, we all know Gareth. We know him from How To. It's Not Just Saturday and a new show that's coming out, The Big Bang, which is going to be on CITV. But I bet you didn't know that Gareth here has always wanted to be a...
Set is outrageous.
Fantastic, my own lunar surface.
We spoil you, don't we?
You're being very kind to me. Listen, do you want to know why I'm here?
Yes.
Because this week, there's a movie released on video called Apollo 13, which is about a mission to drop people, the third mission to drop people on the moon. Actually, being sent to the moon is kind of like getting in a can of baked beans. Since it wasn't much more than just a steel can, and then stuck on the top of an Apollo Saturn V launcher and launched away from Earth. Have a look at this. This is a clip from Apollo 13. This is Tom Hanks playing Jim Lovell, the commander. There's the launch of the Apollo Saturn V. When that thing took off, you felt the ground shake like 15 miles away.
Wow.
It was like Nelson's column leaving Earth.
Right.
And it left Earth. By the time it was travelling, just leaving the tower there, it's doing about 100 miles per hour. And in order to leave Earth, look at it go! Look out!
Fantastic.
In order to leave Earth, it travels at about 17,000 miles per hour.
No, I've got it here. This is London to Paris in 45 seconds.
That's absolutely right.
Is
Yeah,
that correct?
You could do that journey in that time, travelling at that speed. Now, the amazing thing about Apollo 13 is exactly 26 years ago today, things went horribly wrong. Well, they were on the way to the moon. How did it go wrong? They had a major explosion in one of their oxygen tanks on board. Now, being in space is pretty risky anyway. I mean, it's a fairly hostile place to be. Having to deal with no gravity itself is a fairly tricky thing to do. You have all kinds of problems in space. Even the most hardened astronauts who are used to being thrown around in space, within 24 hours of getting up there, use a NASA sick bag.
It's a NASA sick bag, folks. It's the real thing.
But when they shot, when they shot Apollo 13, they took the actors who played the real people and they put them in something called a vomit comet. Now, a vomit comet is a plane which flies a very steep trajectory. Look, they're inside the plane now. You can free fall as though you're actually in Earth orbit. You only get very short moments of that, like 25 seconds, but they shot lots of the film in the back of a plane like that, in microgravity, as we call it. Space is also cold. Don't anyone tell you space is friendly. How cold is space? Space is freezing cold. Colder than this fridge. This fridge is about, or the freezer section of this fridge, is about minus 18 degrees C. Space is minus 270 degrees C, which is cold enough to make your own ice or freeze your own astronaut.
cheeky monkey.
I'm a cheeky monkey. Eating in space is great fun. Let me tell you about eating in space. Have a look at this. Here's some shots of guys in the shuttle. Look, eating a banana in space.
Oh, my goodness.
It is an aerodynamically and geometrically stable thing, a banana, whereas, look at this. That is pudding, very sticky pudding on the end of a spoon to stop it from flying off.
Wow.
Nice shot.
But how about coffee? Look at this. Globules of free-floating coffee.
Wow.
Suck that sucker in. Oh,
Wowzers.
that's joyful. But space, everything floats in space. In fact, Emma...
So what are these for?
Yeah, if you were in space, we might want to stick you in a pair of straps like this. There are straps all over the indoors of the space shuttle and the Mir space station to stop you from floating off. So when you're having your dinner, you strap yourself in. In fact, have you got a tray of food? Yeah? There's your tray of food. What would you do with your tray of food, Emma?
Oh,
when you finished with it?
You'd stick it on the side of the fridge.
Absolutely, of course you do.
Just like that.
Because they stick Velcro on the inside of everything, so it sticks to things, so it doesn't float
Now,
off.
I'm a bit concerned, Gareth. What about toilet in space? How do you do that? How do they do that?
Going to the toilet in space. Everyone always wants to know about going to the toilet in space.
Yes.
You can't use water, because too much water sloshing around inside your spaceship might cause electrical problems.
Right.
So they flush toilets with compressed air. Very high energy air blows the stuff away.
Right.
And if you want to wee in space, you have to use it.
I really don't think we want to listen to this. Look, there's been some fantastic things shot around the Telegantic Megavision studios, and here's just some fab programmes you should check out next week.
Have you wondered how you can make your cartoon characters just run off your page? I'll show you. You just get your guy here. There he is in the distance. Couple of speedy lines on him there, and these things here. Probably seen these in cartoons like Billy Whiz and Tasmania as well. More of that in a moment. And he's put these trails of smoke behind him, and before you know it, he's run off into the distance. Well, enough of my talking. It's time now for Tasmania Part 2. Yes, Tasmania. It has to be the fastest tune in Toontown.
There's no way, Roadrunner. When you say Roadrunner.
Well, let's hear it for Tasmania, devil. Billy Whiz.
It's happy birthday time. OK, hush, everybody. Hush, hush. A little bit of quiet around here. There's no stopping them. Happy birthday if it's your birthday today. No, it just so happens that you don't share it with anybody famous. That just makes you even more special. But we do know that it was Jeremy Beadle's birthday yesterday. And we've got a special surprise present for him. And here it is.
Jeremy.
And we're going to send it to him.
Open it. Yeah, open it. John. Yes. What do we want, Jeremy?
Jeremy Beadle! You've been framed!
Oh, my goodness. So, let's put that in the post, please, guys.
And if it is your birthday today,
Happy birthday to you. Now, there's still loads coming up on the show, so stick with us. We're going to go down to the slop stand, and will there be a slop swap? Is there going to be a gunging? Find out later.
Dave's going to be taking you over to the scenic art department where he's going to be painting New York.
You recognise that face? They're going to be taking part in our celebrity interview later on. So
don't go away
now.
Welcome back. Yes, howdy everyone, and another thigh-slapping yeah! It's that time again, the time when the stars let us in on their secrets. So what would we like Cobra from the Gladiators to do?
Hello, I'm Cobra the Gladiator, and this is the bravest thing I'm ever going to do because Wolfright is the vainest guy I know, and every morning he combs his hair for 2 hours and always goes out without it. Look, here's some of it here. Also, he's so horrible at school, his teachers used to play truant. See ya.
Ooh, nice one. Thank you very much.
Now it's time to go over to Slops, and dining at the diner today, we have Gareth Reese Roberts with his dad Stephen.
And apparently, when he tries to take his son to the swimming pool, he doesn't. He takes him to the footy. That sounds quite like a good deal to me.
So let's go to the man that's mad. He's swell. He's the king of hair gel.
And he's the guy who delivers this.
Stand by, everybody, to record. And cue Nick.
And welcome back to Slops, the sloppiest diner in town. Our diner of the day is Steve Roberts, and he's been brought here by his son, Gaz. Steve's gone for today's special, the Sloppy Burger. And now it's time for the game. Steve, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. If you get just one wrong, you'll be sloppy burgered. However, if you get all 3 right, we do a slop swap, and Gaz will get sloppy burgered. OK, first question. You can forecast the weather with a stick of celery or some Scunthorpe seaweed.
Scunthorpe seaweed.
Scunthorpe seaweed. OK, next question. Were false teeth originally made of broken porcelain figurines or hippopotamus bones?
Hippopotamus bones.
Hippopotamus bones. OK, and the final question. What lasts longer? A can of my hairspray or a bottle of Synth's perfume?
Synth's perfume.
Synth's perfume. OK, it's now the big moment. Drum roll, please. Because, Steve, I asked you 3 questions, you gave me 3 fantastic answers, and I'm very happy to tell you, you got 1 wrong! Take it away! That'll teach you not to take gas swimming, won't it? Right, let's find out the answers to those questions. I asked you, you can forecast the weather with a stick of celery or some Scunthorpe seaweed, and the answer is some Scunthorpe seaweed. Well done, you got that one right. I then asked, were false teeth originally made of broken porcelain figurines or hippopotamus bones? And the answer is hippopotamus bones. Well done, you got that one right. And finally, I asked, what lasts longer, a can of my hairspray or a bottle of Synth's perfume? And the answer is neither, because I use gel and she uses air freshener. So bad luck, you got that one wrong as well. Have you enjoyed your meal?
Lovely.
Well, I've got a very special prize for you. It is the Golden Slop Dog. Thank you very much, Ambrose. And there it is. And Gaz, did you enjoy your dad's meal?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Well, we've got a very special prize for you as well. It is the Sloppy Doggy Bag, complete with a baseball cap and T-shirt. But you also get to deliver the ultimate takeaway. Take it away, Gaz! Well, thanks for dropping into Slops. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. But remember, we might be delivering a takeaway to you. Ciao.
Holding shot on camera 1, Nick.
You're making a film and it's set in a major city. Why go to that city when you can come here to the Scenic Art Department and they can paint you a cloth like this, 150 foot long and 30 feet high? This is Ed, who's head of the Scenic Art Department. Ed, how do you start something like this? Where do you start?
What we do is we take a drawing that's been approved by our production designer, scale the drawing off and put little squares on it, which is a grid. We produce a grid on here and produce the same grid onto the backdrop at a larger scale.
Oh, that's just how your teacher teaches you to draw cartoons, right?
Exactly. We just draw whatever's in this square on that square on the backdrop.
All right, just on a larger scale. Where do you find the colors?
Color, we go ahead and we make a few color sketches, let the production designer or the designer choose which one, if he's going for a nice warm look or a cool look, or maybe it's foggy or whatever.
Now, also, I saw some guys earlier on around the back. Now, why are they painting the back?
What they're doing on the back is they're opaquing the back of the backing here, so we can use it not only for daytime, but for nighttime, and with the right colors of gel and light on the back, we can get a sunset or sunrise effect out of it also.
Ah, so the lighting guys put light on the back and they can create any effect.
In any place where the guys paint on the back, the light doesn't go through.
Well, that's one you paint your bedroom with, isn't it? And this is kind of the mother of all brushes. That's a great brush there, that one.
The bigger the brush, the faster we paint.
Now, what sort of projects have you been involved with, Ed?
Oh, we've done all sorts of projects. We worked on Waterworld for a while. We worked on Congo, worked on Batman Forever, all sorts of projects.
Oh, they're impressive projects, aren't they? Well, I've seen you paint the bottom. How on earth do you paint the top?
Real simple. Go ahead, Chris.
All right. So the whole thing comes down.
Goes right down into this hole that we have here in the ground that's 30 feet down.
30 feet underground?
30 feet down into the ground.
Just drops down. That is terrific.
And now we can paint the top. Put the clouds on the sky.
Oh, it's brilliant. Fantastic. No use for ladders.
Of 2.4 children and EastEnders. Right, John, you've agreed to come in and do an interview.
I have, yeah.
But what you didn't know is it's an interview with a difference.
Why is that then?
Because, John, you're going to play Celebrity time! And here's the lovely Davy Dice.
That's me. I'm ready to roll my dice, honey.
Go for it, go for it.
Okay,
On the first roll.
Okay, here we go. Here. Whoa.
Okay, John, I'm going
it's
to
a big
ask you
four.
questions and you have to answer them in 4 words.
Right.
Where did you go on your first date? 4 words.
Oh, difficult. I went to Spain.
First date?
Yes. I don't beat
Don't
around
do
the
things
bush.
by heart. Okay, Davy Dice, throw it again.
Roll the dice. Okay, here we go. Watch it roll. Where will it land? Oh, 5. Oh.
5. Describe your first kiss.
It was very sexual.
Ooh, please. One more. Yes.
Yeah.
Davy Dice.
Okay, here we go. Roll again.
I went to school, honest.
Oh, 6. That's for another
In
one.
6, what are your favourite hobbies?
I like playing football and tennis.
It's pretty good, this, isn't it?
Oh, that was good.
You're getting the hang of this.
I
one.
am
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
difficult.
Describe a typical working day on 2.4 children.
We have lots of fun, and sometimes it's hard.
No, I don't believe that.
Right, home.
Davy Dice, do you?
Okay, spring me dash. All right.
Remember days.
Right, do you cringe when you see yourself on Grange Hill?
It's a good one.
Okay. Yes, because when I was... Oh, this is not going very well, is it, really?
When you was?
When I was 12...
Oh, come on!
You were 12.
I'm sorry.
Just go over. When I was 12, I'm sorry. You heard it first, kids. Right, here we go. Whoops. Whoa. Okay,
Now, do you drive? If so, what car do you have?
8.
I have a Fiat Cinquecento
Oh, should we let him have
with
that?
alloy wheels.
Hey! He's too good at
It's
this.
hard, honestly.
Okay,
And the next one.
Hey. Oh, we're back to 9 again. Sorry about that.
All right, then, what do you really hate?
Oh, it's a good one to have 9 for.
Mmm.
That's silly.
I hate getting up in the morning
Me too.
with my teddy.
Hey!
Well, don't do it then.
I won't, I won't.
Just don't get up. That's a 9. We're having that again. That's too easy. Oh, and it's
going crazy.
it's a 4. It's a 4.
Yes.
It's a 4.
In 4, describe to us. Perfect.
Oh.
No,
Run out of time.
Let's hear it for John Pickle.
And now it's cartoon time. Top Chef Ainsley Harriott will introduce a cartoon while tossing pancakes.
Yay! Yes, folks, you got me live here. I used to watch those pancakes tossing all the time when I was a kid. But half the time, they get stuck on the ceiling, and then they'd land on someone's head. But I don't know where the other one's gone. Come back! It's toon time!
I'm afraid that's all we got time for on today's show.
Oh, yes, but we's cooking ourselves up a late breakfast for beans. Actually, thinking of late breakfast, isn't it time you were, I've got to go. But before I go, can I do a plug for a new series coming to CITV? My new series is called The Big Bang. Don't miss it, but I've got to go now.
All right, get out of here, Gareth. Get out of here.
Shut up.
Will he make it? Stay tuned and you'll find out.
Anyone else for beans?
Yeah, well, from us, the Cowboys and the Spaceman, have a great week. See you next week.
See you next
Telegantic Megavision. Telegantic Megavision. Telegantic Megavision. Telegantic Megavision. Telegantic Megavision. Telegantic Megavision.